who knows what's going to happen. Let's find out now.
Absolutely, and the match is going to be live. So VP, it's byali. It's going to be snax, Neo, pasza, and Taz. And then for NiP, it's Forrest, Get Right, friberg, Xizt, and Fifflaren, who's probably still got a bitter taste in his mouth from all those jelly beans he ate. But that's not going to change his aggression into this matchup as we're already underway. Taz in the backside of the graveyard here is going to be first in contention going up against Get Right, but Fifflaren's actually going to take him down. byali get the first frag there, and now pasza responds. Neo's quick on his horse. He's trying to rotate over as just he and snax remain against 3 NiP players. Where's the bomb? It looks like it's in the hands of Forrest. They're going to try and fire a nade in there on top of him. He's down to 42 HP, but he will get it down just before that smoke deploys. friberg's going to try and jump up on the truck, leaving himself a little bit vulnerable, but he actually gets inside the pit. Good positioning, gets one shot there onto snax. 12 HP, and actually he gets return fired on Neo. snax is actually going to get one more. Get Right lurking around in the background, though, looking for that flank. They fake on the defuse. I don't think they know Get Right's here. He whiffs on the first shot, manages to get the frag, and he will try and hold out on snax as Neo took down friberg, so it is a one-on-one, and Get Right will come out with it. NiP first blood, 1-0 already. Dustin, not a bad map. Or pardon me, round.
And just that's a good story for Get Right there. I mean, I know actually he's always been considered one of the best players in the world next to Forrest, especially one of the top players on this roster. You always hear about Get Right and Forrest being the 2 all-stars on this roster. But lately, there's been a couple of events where Get Right struggled a little bit, and it's been mentioned before. Xizt has been stepping up and playing really well this event in particular. But that's a great way to start for Get Right, to come out with a big 3K like that.
And I mentioned it as well last night. He mentioned after the game against Complexity that he was angry with himself, not with the team that they lost, but that he's been on a slump for so long. And he's definitely trying to work through that. friberg now inside. Banana going to try and put some shots in with that Galil. Bombs drop down at the top of the stairs on middle in a safe spot, and the CTs are spread out evenly across the map.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is actually pretty much a full investment by Virtus.Pro. They went ahead and upgraded their pistols and got head armor across the board on all their players, so they are definitely going to pose a threat in this round right here, right now, not ecoing on that normal buy schedule, though, of course, they'll still be able to buy a 4th round no matter what. But this is actually something that NiP needs to worry about just a little bit. That's why they're being a little bit cautious about it. As you can see, they're not just pushing into anything straight away. They're kind of spread out. They're working the picks. It seems to be that they're, Xizt trying to check the banana there a little bit, as we do see NiP kind of gathering up at mid. byali is going to open things up with the kill onto Forrest. As a little bit of a pause there. Looks like we are going to be back into it here, as we're going to see the rest of NiP try to work their way up mid. Get Right getting the frag on the byali. A great headshot at that, as they will start trying to wrap their way around here. Fifflaren going to pick up Taz. We see Neo rotating through library with the 250. Gets caught by Fifflaren as well. And so NiP are not succumbing to the eco from Virtus.Pro so far, as they do have a 4-on-2, as they will get that bomb planted inside the 8-bomb site. And at this point, pasza and snax probably just looking for exits, as they're going to set up a crossfire at this library door, maybe to try to catch Fifflaren trying to escape, as we do see a little bit of shots traded there, but it's certainly going to be a round secured by NiP, and so it will be a 2-0 score line to start things off here on Inferno.
Absolutely. And only 1 frag for VP, so if they're wise, they should try and save for 1 more. They are on the CT side. No need to take too many risks. They need to stock up on those rounds as much as possible, because they're going to need to do all the hard work on terrorists themselves in the second half. The bomb will detonate. pasza's going to try and just seek out anyone else he can find, but there's no one home for NiP. They've all gone back down middle, and the round will conclude with a detonation. So good start for NiP. Good assertion on both on the A-bomb site, pardon me. And it looks like that gun round was pretty swift and smooth. And they're going to stick with the rifle lineup. So Xizt not even going to upgrade yet. He's going to hang on to the Galil. They've gone now for the full grenade buy, and everyone's got head armor, so they'll buy out in small doses. You just see they're trying to buy it in. Get Right leads the way with frags. 4 on the board for him. Fifflaren in second with 3. But friberg with the 2 bomb plants sits just ahead of him on the scoreboard. Mid-action already. They drop the bomb down. Looks like Xizt going to try and work up inside Banana, see what he can find, as it looks like Get Right is up on top of the hay bales at alt middle already. And again, a pretty standard defensive setup. You can see snax and Neo are the B players. pasza's going to be inside the arch side, as Get Right tries to get aggressive on the top of the apartment boiler room here, as Taz pushed all the way back.
Yeah, Taz is just going to be sitting here on the balcony just trying to spot the cracks, see if he can catch any aggression. He'll just go ahead and peek it as well. No one is actually here, but we are going to see NiP getting some picks over at the banana. friberg
he
and
goes
Xizt
going
working
to
their way
fall.
over there. They do get a pick
Small's
onto
gonna be
snax.
left up. The LMS
Neo
gonna
is
be
still
angry
going to
yet
be in the
again.
area, but it's looking pretty good for
And,
NiP. Taz
will
is
we
pressed
be
all
at
the
that
way up
point
into
for
window
a
room,
gun
actually. He
round?
might try
It's
to
gonna be
flank
up to
behind these
Simpus
guys
if
at
they
mid and
decide
switch
to
to
buy
Taz
here.
and see if he can, in fact, do
They're
that.
gonna go for it, but it's not
As,
gonna be
it looks like he has been sniffed out here, so it's going to be tough. He's going to get pinched on by Fifflaren, who will press through and grab him. So now it's just Neo left with the CZ trying to rotate from the B-bomb site. As there is still 2 in B. That's actually where the pop is going, but Neo thinks it's going to be at A, so he is pushing through arches, where he might potentially meet up with Fifflaren, who's still going to be over here at the boiler, but he will soon realize that that bomb is not going to be planted over here. He does get the kill on Fifflaren, but he has to worry about 1 mid, and that is going to be friberg.
So there's a lot of
that's
time
Xizt.
difference.
I'm sorry about that.
A lot of time
As
that
Xizt is going to go ahead and trade some shots to it. Neo catches him blind, picks up
since
the
they
AK,
last
trying to
played.
fall
Now
back and throw a
Power
nade onto
Skedoodle
Xizt.
inside of mid, kicking things off, taking down Simpus.
That
Eco
AK
waiting
worth
cleverly.
saving, but looks like he's going to get slipped out right there.
Yeah, unable to hold on to that AK, so NiP is going to go ahead and press it up to 3-0, but here is where the fireworks may start to fly a bit more, as we are going to see VP, of course, buy up M4s and head armor across the board, and we do see Fifflaren picking up that op, which goes back to what you're talking about, not upgrading that Khalil for 4, and this is the reason why. You want to get that AWP, and also there's no need to upgrade when you know the other team's ecoing.
Right. Yeah, so
And
they've
so
got
you
the
go.
firepower on the board. We'll keep it locked on Fifflaren, see if he can find any mid picks as he tries to work up on top of the hay bales. There is going to be one crossing, but no, didn't get the shot off. So I'm not sure who that was. I believe it was actually Taz that made his way across the middle. And now Pasha is going to try and get back in there with a shot of his own from that A4, actually. So 4 M4s on the board, 2 of them A4s, 3 of them A1s. Taz finally gets a frag on Get Right. That's going to start things off over on the B site, as byali now is going to push up underneath of that sort of atrium over on truck side. Forrest inside the boiler room, just passively waiting for Fifflaren to cross peek with him. Fliff not quite getting the peek he wants. Tries to spot up on onto Pasha, who's just off there on the archway side, but not able to do so far. They're actually going to smoke over bombs down, as you can see here in Turnpike. So they're going to try and find a way back in toward the B site. Forrest is going to take down byali as well. So that's going to close things down. Not sure what our little lag issues are, but nonetheless, keep it going here. Snax inside construction. Bomb is heading toward B. He's the closest to it right now, so it's going to be all on him to try and slow down this plant and allow the rotation to come in. Pasha's close by, though. He's already worked it into the backside of construction now himself, and Snax is just going to try and spam away, see what he can find as he waits for Taz to get there as well.
Yeah, that smoke is up for right now, though, so they're trying to wait for that so they can try to do this retake here. 3-on-3 situation. friberg, Fifflaren, Xizt up against Snax, Pasha, and Taz. Like I said, that bomb has already been planted. We're seeing Virtus.Pro set up some nades coming in here, and Fifflaren and friberg are both going to be towards this dark side, while there is going to be one the triple box. Bomb is ticking away, so VP needs to make a decision quick, and their decision is actually going to be to fall back. NiP did not give them any early picks. They couldn't find a way in, and so they will just go ahead and try to fall back, get some exit frags. friberg actually coming around. Snax does catch him, but Xizt catches Snax right back, and so only Taz is able to get away with the M4. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there as far as why. I mean, I guess NiP just didn't give VP any peeks, and so they just ran out of time trying to find one.
Absolutely. So another round for NiP, the first gun round going their way again on the terrorist side. They've done a great job to start this off, and it's going to be all on VP to try and slow them down. There hasn't been a lot of B aggression, but A is getting overwhelmed as they constantly work out and then trying to rotate back, actually. So it's all starting off with the early picks and then working its way backwards. Taz is going to push up behind the sandbags and Banana, see if he can catch out anyone. 3 players ahead of him as he locks down on friberg. Can he get the frag? No, friberg's actually going to get the better of it, and that means that's one of your M4s down as we await the rest of the action inside Banana. friberg's down to 43, so he gets away relatively easily, but Xizt is going to drop down to that CZ 75. And that's another frag going the way of VP on the save round. We've seen a couple of ecos today. It's not impossible. And Snax is going to try and work through the smoke and see if he can add his name to the kill tally of the current round. Meanwhile, though, over at A, things are getting aggressive. Get Right's going to get one from apartments. Try and flash out and find Neo. And he does do so with a late shot. Actually dropped down to 15 HP in the process. He's going to try and close out on Pasha. He does that as well. Fifflaren will go for the bomb plant as Snax rotates around from library. And this round also, of course, it was a it was a save and an M4 that was carried over, but it's also going the way of NiP.
Yeah, NiP is now going to go up here 5-0, so certainly an impressive start to this map. Like I said, this is a map that they have played a lot of over the past few months in several different big LAN events, and while VP did win it at Katowice, it was, like I said, NiP who did beat them pretty badly on it at Copenhagen Games and also beat them in a close game at Star Series. And right here, they're off to a great start with the 5-0 lead from the T side. Of course, we are going to have our next gun round finally coming upon us here. Still no ops from the VP side. Going to 5-rifle up across the board. Fiffy still holding on to his op, and everyone looking comfortable over here on the NiP side, as you would expect with the 5-0 lead.
Absolutely, as they head out into the battle positions. Pasha's going to take up a spot inside that mid area. friberg already getting flashed out and pushed back down on the B stairs. The op is out in the hands of Fifflaren, and he is going to try and look for another frag. Spamming away through the smoke. Actually almost hit Neo right there. So he gets in underneath the archways and pillar there. And gets away from it. byali going to get right. There's your opening frag. We're still looking for Fifflaren to connect inside Banana. That aggression is going to be strong. Keep an eye on that as they try and push through. And they might actually do so. No, actually, one's going to fall back. That's snax. So it's only byali that remains in that position. Pardon me, Neo that remains in that position as NiP looks to draw their attention toward A.
Yeah, right. As we can see, NiP just trying to see if they can work something out. That bomb is still going to be back towards the bottom of mid. He's actually going to drop it because he's going to be in contention with Neo here pretty soon. That is going to be, in fact, Xizt. That might be going up against snax here at Banana. As we see Neo just kind of holding up that close corner as we are approaching the last 40 seconds or so of the round. So something's going to happen here pretty soon. Just waiting to see if the challenge at Banana is going to come through or not, or if NiP is just going to try to explode on mid, as we do see pasza actually throwing an incendiary on that. So that's going to slow things down. This may force NiP to kind of think about going back towards B, and if they do, the only person really there is Neo. Though, of course, snax can be on the road to pretty quick. But look at the flash push by pasza at mid. He's only able to get one, though, as Fifflaren trades it right back. But NiP are certainly trying to look mid. They're going to smoke up the arch on snax, but Taz has been waiting in the closet, and he'll be able to get the frags here, and it's looking good for VP. Only forest remains in a 1 versus 4, trying to come out the apartments and gets destroyed there by byali, as Virtus.Pro is finally going to taste the fruits of victory for the first time this map, making the score. Still an impressive lead for NiP, but VP working on the comeback now, 1-5.
Yep, they are on the board. byali really aware of what was going on there and caught out Forrest as he tried to sneak in the back door, so to speak. And that means we will head on to a gun round. Interestingly, though, Xizt, no, he did grab the AK late. I thought he might try and save and throw one to Fifflaren there in the next round, but he will grab the AK-47. So it's all rifles across the board right now as we see Get Right working his way up alt middle. Bombs in the hands of Fifflaren, no surprise there, as he will hold that on in middle right now. A little bit of fire being exchanged at Banana. No one really getting aggressive, but this could be interesting as byali's pushed up inside the bedroom, as you can see, just above Get Right. And that grenade actually bounces in there perfectly, does a good amount of damage to him. Nice throw, actually, by Get Right there. Throwing off baseball pitches up the wall there, and that's going to put him down to 66 HP, but in mid, things are looking pretty hot and heavy as pasza through the smoke is doing some good damage to NiP. Xizt down to 51. byali, there it is. He's going to take down Forrest now from that bedroom position, and that's going to make things a little more awkward. Fliff's going to try and rotate over there, see exactly what he can find. Forrest already down. Xizt is there. pasza does manage to take down friberg.
Right, so it leads it down to a 2 versus 5 here. Xizt and Fifflaren up against 5 remaining VP members, but pasza is going to take Xizt down, so it's just going to leave Fifflaren with the bomb in apartments. byali is going to be in pit pretty low, but Taz, pasza, and company are all here towards mid, but Fiffy is going to get the first one there, and he's still got a decent amount of time to play around with, but he has to worry about Neo, who is actually going to be pressing Banana. He's going to smoke off Banana, try to attack the mid, but pasza will be waiting what that silenced him for and put him down, and so that's now 2 in a row for Virtus.Pro, as they're trying to go ahead and close the gap on the scoreboard as early as they possibly can here. And NiP is still, of course, going to have enough money here to go ahead and buy up, as you can see, AKs on Xizt, friberg, and Forrest. Get Right. Actually, the only one really not rifling, and Fiffy is only on a Galil. So, with that being said, this is a little bit of a tough crunch buy for NiP, but they still have enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. As we watch them fan out again, Get Right heading toward apartments. Looks like some early mid aggression here from pasza. He's going to get taken down by Forrest, but not before he can get a shot into Fifflaren. Meanwhile, over at Banana, it looks like friberg is going to try and push up and get inside the B site. He's already pushed through. Oh, getting over aggressive from that nade, though. That baits him out, and Neo's waiting just behind. He'll get a frag there, and he takes him down relatively easily, and that forces Xizt to fall back and regroup with Get Right as they try and find some hole in the VP's defense, but it's not looking good. This is a really good setup right now for, oh, look at the stack, cheeky. It's a good setup right now for VP, though.
Yeah, just boosting up on the logs, trying to see if they can get a pick through that back way. Of course, they do find themselves in a 2 versus 4, So they're just trying to see if they can get some type of free pick, you know what I mean? Something that they can just get for free where they don't have to risk trading because they are in a pretty bad number situation. But if they can maybe try to just pick up Neo here at Spools, maybe get a smoke down on CT spawn, which Get Right does in fact have one, then maybe they can make it happen. As Get Right does spot out Neo, but unable to land the shot. Molly is going to come in here, and that is going to hold NiP back. But Get Right still challenging, gets the headshot on the Neo. Snax is going to be rotating CT spawn. The smoke Flash goes up. 2 CTs in the spawn now. Get Right edging his way around to fight against Snax and company, but Snax and Taz will take them both down. And Virtus.Pro keeps the comeback coming. 3-5 scoreline now.
Yeah, they're showing a lot more patience, a lot more coordination on defense, just working with each other and setting up crossfires to take down NiP one at a time, and it's working beautifully right now, both at A and at B. They have failed in all 3 of the last rounds to get in and get the bomb planted. So that helps out money-wise as well. As you can see, NiP is on the save, and Forrest, the only one to grab a gun. He's got that CZ75 in his hands. He's looking to do some damage with it against all rifles. So still not an op coming out for VP.
Pasza tried to get a little bit aggressive here at alt mid. He might be able to actually catch Forrest, who's going to be sitting on top of this haystack, but Pasha's being a little bit cautious about it. But now here he comes. He'll take down Fifflaren and just go ahead and back up. Not going to get too greedy there. So an easy, quick opening pick for Pasha for free, as NiP is, of course, on the eco here. Still gathered up at A in the apartments, trying to see if they can't make a play with some of these 250s or autos, while friberg just kind of work things alone at B.
Yeah, Get Right now just cheekily waiting in apartments, trying to find an opportunity to get out, but Taz is aware of it, jumps up on top of the statue and takes him down easily from Pit. That's a great pick, as now Xizt is going to follow in his footsteps, and Taz is also looking in that direction, and will get the frag onto him. friberg and Forrest now the only 2 remaining, and they are both in middle, and will go down 1, at least to Pasha, leaving only friberg remaining, and byali will get the frag on him. So Virtus.Pro again with all 5 left on the board, take an easy anti-eco, and it will make it a 1-point game already.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro making an amazing response. Obviously, NiP went up 5 rounds in a row to start things off, but Virtus.Pro has won the last 4 in a row, so now they have their own little streak going on, and NiP is just going to go ahead and buy up all they can here. So this is going to be a pretty important gun round to see if Virtus.Pro can go ahead and tie it up right here, right now at 5-all, or if if NiP can go ahead and start edging back ahead. We do see it once again, this banana aggression. They seem to be enjoying just throwing these smokes early, preventing NiP from getting early access. They're actually starting to press snax down a little bit at banana up against the pillars here. Just they're loving these smokes and this aggression to open things off. We see it almost every round for them. They seem to enjoy this style.
They really do. Still some aggression at alt mid, as well as Forrest tries to find a way to get up inside Boiler Room with that Molotov, preventing him to do so. Get Right's working up the stairs to try and support it. Has a lot of fire in middle right now. A lot of shots being fired, I should say, in middle right now, but none of those really connecting. Everyone's still sitting on pretty much 100 HP with the exception of Forrest on 95, so just passive. They're trying to feel each other out here. No one wants to make mistakes. These 2 teams are so good, and rounds are so costly that any little misstep could absolutely throw around. Here comes the smokes and flashes. Looks like they will get aggressive at top mid. Pasha stacked up here with stacks on the arch side. Should be in good position to help shut them down. And that, oh look, they actually throw the smoke on top of the incendiary. That's going to allow him to push out, and he manages to get 1 and 2 as he comes around the corner looking into middle. I'm not sure they expected that. That smoke actually turned out to be a beautiful play right now, as that's going to force NiP to regroup entirely.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to still try to work their way up mid, though. They don't have enough time to go all the way up to B, so they're going to smoke off the left side, try to work their way up the lane, but fire comes in, but they just run straight past that Xizt. One is going to be in the site, one's going to be in pit. Taz and byali crossfire, comes up true, and then Get Right goes down at well. But that round really started with that nice push by Pasha, just using that slight gap at the smoke at mid to come up with a nice and juicy 2K to start things off, and then the remaining 3 NiP players unable to come up with anything with only a low amount of time left on the clock. So that is going to tie it up here at 5-all, and this is the type of match that you want to see between these 2 teams. So couldn't be more excited for what's going to be in store next. 5
rounds answered from Virtus.Pro as they tie things up, and again, it's an all-rifle matchup, so we're not going to see any ops on the board this time again. And it's pretty standard formation. This is the way it's been. It's been cheeky back and forth play, a little bit of early aggression on banana. In fact, this time, you can see it. Neo's pushed all the way back inside the B site. He doesn't want to get aggressive at all. At middle, though, things are getting heavy as Get Right is also going to try and work up into apartments. He's smoked off, though. That's going to put a dampening on his party as he tries to work in. What's going on over at B? friberg still just trying to find a way inside the site. Snax and Neo still waiting it out. Bomb still at middle, could go either direction, and they're still not quite sure as we remain in a 4-on-4 situation. No advantage on either site, but there it is, Xizt. Gonna get your entry frag onto Snax, and now it's all on Neo to try and stay alive. Gets the frag in response. Great play by him. As byali trying to rotate back around, is he going to find Get Right as all the action at B is happening? Get Right manages to get him, so the options there to rotate back to A, as you can see, both players from VP stacked up in B, so that Get Right, that lurking play, is absolutely beautiful for NiP right now.
Yeah, I mean, the original intent was probably for him to try to pinch through to help some type of B split, but since he caught the frag the way he did and stuff started to kind of fail over at B, and NiP decides to shift it right back to A, and they will get this bomb plant, but the issue is this. Fifflaren and Get Right, between the two of them, are almost dead. Like, they're just bleeding out, and of course Neo is pretty low too, but Taz has a full 100 HP, and that's going to be tough to contend against. They're just going to have to play this really smart, and Get Right goes down immediately to Neo, so that's off the Fifflaren.
Wow.
And Taz takes him down as well. So while NiP did make the proper adjustments based on how the round played out, they still had such low HP and weren't really able to contend that retake with really any amount of strength. And so it will be Virtus.Pro taking the lead for the first time here in DE Inferno. 6 unanswered rounds here to respond to the 5 that NiP had originally. And so we find ourselves in quite a nail-biter of a game, Theodicus.
Yeah, as close as it could possibly be. NiP just sort of struggling to close out on those rounds. Like you say, they adapted very well, but the retake was unbelievable from VP, just coming up middle, managing to take down Get Right, isolating the remaining player. An auto sniper on the board, as you can see from pasza right now. He's going to take down Fifflaren in middle. No smokes to deter him whatsoever. As now they will fall back and try and get crossfire positions at the top of middle. NiP, though, not going to go quite in that direction yet. As you can see, they still want to try and find a pick at B and see if they can crack that bomb site wide open. Both Snax and Neo are over there in their standard positions. Xizt trying to find one. He is going to spot up Neo. Nice shot as he takes him down with the AK-47. Now the site is open for business. Forrest is going to be your entry all the way in. He's got the bomb. They want to try and get a quick plant, but Snax doing good work until friberg responds into him. A good trade. But still advantage NiP. 3-on-3 the situation. Bomb will go down. And pasza is inside the construction right now with that auto. Oh my goodness, look at that X-ray. It's so tempting. It's tantalizing, but the smokes will deter it. He cannot find the line of sight. No frag as we speak of.
What a deja vu situation here. We saw this not too long ago. It was a 3-on-3, and VP was forced to fall back because they couldn't find early picks because NiP was playing literally this exact same crossfire with double dark and 1 triple. But this time VP is challenging. Get Right presses out to come back, but pasza with the auto sniper gets one. Forrest trades right back. Forrest gets another, and with the help of friberg, they clear out that 3-on-3. This time they actually had to do a little bit of work for it instead of VP just falling back for free. But it still goes to NiP. They get away with it, and they tie this thing back up 6-6, and so we have such a back-and-forth match. It's quite an exciting one.
Yeah, as you can see, just your scoreboard rundown. pasza just extending a little bit further ahead than everyone else, but NiP pretty even across the board. No one into the double digits quite yet, but a tie game on the board, 6-6. And I mean, this is incredible. Galil's out right now on the T side, so they weren't able to fully buy those AKs, but they don't want to give up any rounds needed, so they'll try and just hold on to whatever firepower they can get. Oh no, Fifflaren, friberg gets caught out by those Molotovs, forced inside the arches, and Snax will take him down with a little bit of aggression, knowing exactly where he was. So early advantage already to VP.
Yeah, I just want to point out that VP loves doing what they just did. That double molly banana, stretching the entire banana just full of fire. That's something that Adren actually just released a video on, kind of highlighting that type of play. It's something we've seen VP do a lot recently on this map. It just shuts it down. There's nothing you can do with that, and they get an opening pick out of it to boot. And that's just the type of style VP likes to play banana in your face, especially if they can afford it. They'll get those incendiaries out, and once again they're throwing another one here to slow things down at mid. They just love to use it if they have the money for it, and so we find ourselves right now in a 5-on-4. But pasza coming up once again with the double kill at the mid, just as he did not too long ago. It's up there again, and so all of a sudden VP have a great advantage. But let's see what happens. Oh, the push through the smoke. Xizt saves Get Right's life, but time is ticking. They have got to come into it. We do have Snax challenging Get Right through this smoke. He does get the frag, so it's all up to Xizt. 1 versus 4. What's gonna happen here? He's gonna die apparently. No chance to take that any further than that.
For pasza. Man, how many times? Well, I shouldn't say how many. It's been twice. But pasza's aggression at mid in
Yeah,
late in the
17
round.
frags.
Yeah, they're not expecting it. He just peeks out on that corner, gets the one in boiler that time, gets the one at top mid. We saw him before get a double at top mid. He's playing it brilliantly, timing, and he's using the smokes to his advantage. The smokes that are coming out to shut down the crossfire. Right. He's saying, screw it, I'm going to push through these. If they're there, I'm going to use them to my advantage as best I can, and it's working. NiP back on the save for this round. Byali's got the A4, pardon me, the A1. As does pasza, and then the other 4 are on the A4, so a little bit more ammo in there. Bombs in banana. They're trying to find a way in, but it's still a standard setup. No stack despite the save. Or pardon me, no rush despite the save for NiP. pasza gets another double, getting aggressive. friberg's pinched awkwardly at the top of banana, as are his teammates. As you can see already, the VP players swarm massively on the top of middle, so no exit, no return. They're going to have to commit to this, this position.
friberg got almost locked down inside that corner by fire, and Get Right picked up an M4, so maybe this could get interesting, but snax is trying to say no with the help of Neo here at B, as Get Right is all alone in a 1 versus 3. But to say that I've seen him win these is totally the truth. Can he win another one right here? Unfortunately not, but that was an eco from NiP, so a bit expected. But we do move into the last round of the half with Virtus.Pro having done quite a fantastic job working their way back into a game where they were certainly looking a little bit rough at the beginning. A slow start, but they've had quite a finish to this half so far.
Yeah, absolutely. As we just wait to see what's going to happen here, looks like it's going to be a full buy with the exception of Forrest. He's got a deagle, but it is the last round, so he bought out. I didn't see whether or not he did get a rifle. Look at this. snax is screwed. I'm going to gun juggle. He's bringing out an op and an M4 to the battle as Neo's going to get the first frag. So all the firepower is there, should they need it at the B side. snax now trying to find and see if they got to stack up at middle. No, there's no one above that smoke despite he keeps looking. He will try and get a shot onto friberg. Neo down to 9 HP, will fall back. And snax finds friberg inside the arches. Good play there. pasza's going to get another one at mid. He's been absolutely unstoppable right now, but he will go down as he gets traded out. Forrest is going to get him with that deagle. And now it's all up to Get Right and Forrest as they sit here at the top of the stairs in middle. They started out 5-0. It's 8-6. Virtus.Pro looking to close out with a great first half score. And try and do and mimic the start that NiP had to try and close this out in map number 1. As Forrest pick up that M4, buddy. Try and get in there. See if you can find Taz. He's just off to your left. It looks like he's going to try to get inside the site, but it's going to be very difficult at this point. Smoke's going down on truck side. He actually spots him up, but is unable to get the frag onto Taz, leaving just Get Right. He'll flash out and resume the battle. He will get Taz. Taz a little bit untimed there as he runs out with that nade in hand. And actually, Neo's right beside him with only 9 HP. Fire away through the smoke. He will get him. This will allow him with the bomb to rotate back on B. It's a 1-1 situation either way you slice it. And he might get there in time, but 18 seconds, he's going to have to work extremely fast. No way, snax shuts him down. So there's your halftime. Virtus.Pro 9, Ninjas in Pajamas 6.
Well, what do you know? I mean, NiP opens up 5-0 lead. All of a sudden, Virtus.Pro comes back with 5 of their own. And then you have like a trade of rounds there just briefly, and then it's back to Virtus.Pro to close it out 9-6. So definitely not the best start for Virtus.Pro, but they recovered quite well, I have to say, making it 9-6. So it's still definitely anyone's game. I mean, 9-6, the separation is almost nothing. I mean, it can be riddled away by a pistol round victory from NiP here in the next half, and it could be a quick 9-9. Pending we don't have any ecos or something like that. Or Virtus.Pro could pull ahead 12-6, double their lead, and make it a little bit tougher of a game.
Yeah,
who knows?
Anything's possible. These two teams have done more than enough to prove that they're capable at any situation and at any level, and they know each other well. I know if anyone was watching Torbull and Fifflaren enjoy some lovely tasting jelly beans. Torbull asked him, he said, who would you rather play? He said, well, we see VP all the time, so we know them, but we don't get to play iBuyPower that much, so it might be a little more fun.
Right.
But I think the point he was making is you know, if we do go against VP, we know what to expect. With iBuyPower, they might not, so at least they can play each other's cards and hold them close to the chest. Looks like it's going to be a banana rush right now from VP. Taz already pushed up inside the arches. You can see it here. friberg's got some HP down, but he does get just one frag. Taz is going to close out on Get Right, though. And that means that friberg's awkwardly stuck. Xizt getting one more. Fifflaren's trying to rotate around, as is Forrest, but the site is open for business now, as Xizt will go down, so the bomb will be planted here at the barbecue. That's going to leave us in a 2-on-2 situation. Oh, man, snax ate that grenade, though, down to 18 HP for him. And the USP and 5-7 of Fifflaren trying to get around and help out. Watch out, Fifflaren already in the backside. Nice volley, though. That's going to slow him down entirely. He won't be able to attack quite as he wanted to. And Forrest is smoked off, so even if they do go down, the bomb's ticking away. They've got to act fast. Snax will take down Forrest, and there it is. Byali in the back of the site gets the frag on Fifflaren, and Virtus.Pro get that pistol round. So NiP are going to have to do it the hard way if they want back into this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I'm curious to see if... Oh, what? You know what? I am almost not surprised. I've seen NiP do this a few times.
Right, getting down.
Yeah, I've seen them do this. They'll sometimes take this risky kind of play where essentially, like, instead of getting head armor pistol, Get Right will just get a shotgun instead. And I mean, the difference in price isn't, like, super huge between getting a Nova and getting head armor and a CZ or head armor P250, whatever he has equipped in his inventory. So it's something where let's actually see where he's positioned at. I mean, he might be trying to play like this little bit of a bait setup here with Forrest over at the Moto, try to get a close range frag with the Nova. If you can get a couple of frags, it pays for itself, or actually more than pays for itself. So, I mean, it's like, it's a risk, but it's not super over the top, you know?
It's interesting to me also that Neo chose to go with a submachine gun here as opposed to a full rifle. I haven't seen too many people doing that lately. It's actually throwing it back for me to like Season 14 meta that I saw. But they are going to get aggressive. Neo's going to run in. I shouldn't say that. I mean, the Bison and the P90 with the clip size are pretty common, but not the MP7. And he's going to try and get inside the site. They're playing very passive. They want to get in there. Watch out, though, Neo. There's one behind you in the library. No frags going in awkwardly enough yet. And VP Taz is going to get a couple, but there's Get Right with that shotgun, managing to pick up a triple, grabs that, or pardon me, a double and an assist, grabbing onto that AK-47. The bomb still will go down, though, as Taz is inside the site with the Galil, and he's going to have to work a miracle here as NiP looking for that eco, and Get Right does it. How dare we question his judgment to grab it? No,
I explained why he would do that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I kind of shook my head, but man, that guy proves his knowledge is worthy. Gets the hat trick, gets the rounds, and shuts Virtus.Pro's attempt to stretch their lead down immediately.
Trying to say I challenged Get Right.
I didn't. I just said
Can I tell you a funny story about Get Right?
Is it actually funny?
No one's ever going to believe that this happened. It's like one of those stories where like the more popular person says no one's going to believe when you tell people this. But anyway, so we were walking in the hallway, and we were coming around the corner. We were both like looking at the ground, so we actually just like straight up headbutted each other. And then at that point, we were like, okay, what direction is the other person going to go to get around the other person? And so we both kept like strafing the same direction. And eventually we started dancing with each other in the middle of the hallway and a bunch in front of people. It was actually a really cool moment with me and Get Right, but you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about this round.
Get Right, speaking of him, he's back on it again. Him and friberg converge immediately. Of course, it was the anti-eco, so it was a pretty easy mop, but they come out.
I think my story was better than what happened.
All right, well, listen. I'm not going to judge. I'm just
Who else
talk.
in here can say they dance with Get Right in a totally heterosexual way?
I can't after tonight.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless, there it is. A quick mop-up in the banana. Get Right is back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's been struggling. Call it what you want, but he is definitely on it right now. Up to 18 frags, 8 more than friberg, who's in second for NiP. And things are looking pretty good for Ninjas in Pajamas to try and claw back what they lost in the first half. Like I said, they won 5, and then they lost pretty much everything else other than that 6th round they did manage to pick up. Virtus.Pro are now in the back seat as Pasha goes down to friberg already. Things are looking interesting as Forrest inside the apartments underneath the cover of that smoke is going to nade down on top of, I believe that's Taz, onto 78 HP, and he's going to fall back smartly so as there was 2 of them down below. And Get Right still inside banana looking for Neo.
Yeah, it is going to be Mr. Get Right here and Mr. friberg holding down banana. friberg is the king of holding B as in Europe, as I guess it'd be like Hiko is the king of holding B for North America. So we'll see how he plays that out there over with Get Right. But we do have ourselves a 5-on-4 in favor of NiP. They've done some cool little stuff with the Nova with Get Right earlier, and now they've worked themselves back into a close game after losing the opening pistol round of the second half. As we are going to see VP starting to gather up here at mid. They need to go ahead and start committing because there is only about 30 seconds left. They could quickly run back, but The call needs to be made here and now as they start trying to work their way around Moto. They are going to run into Xizt. friberg is already rotated over here as well. Smokes up on Library and Arch. Xizt just playing patient, holding the angle, waiting for them to press through. friberg just sprint through the smoke, does a lot of damage to Neo. Not getting the frag because Taz and byali are doing it. Taz with another one, and byali will get in to plant the bomb, and so now it's all up to Get Right in a 1 versus 2. Taz with 28, byali with 49. Get Right with a great headshot on the Taz to start it off, and now it's a 1 versus 1. Can NiP continue this comeback, or can Virtus.Pro slip just a little bit more ahead as byali just holds inside the site? Get Right trying to spot him out, jumping around looking for him. byali plays it patient, lands a great headshot, and prevents NiP from continuing the climb back up, as it will now be an 11-8. And what a play from byali there to close it out.
He's
but also some great work from Taz.
He's definitely a sly fox. No judgment or no budging at all. Just sat there and stalked his prey. Waited for Get Right to walk himself into that one and takes him down. Good effort from Get Right in that 1v2. But another round going the way of Virtus.Pro. So 11-8 now our score, but it is anyone's game. Another gun round, and in fact, Forrest is going to grab onto that off. Oh, watch out mid. No, not able to connect. Thought he went and had a frag there, but he has to fall back now, and he will actually jump up on the balcony, but everything is heading toward B right now. byali leading the charge, interestingly enough, as he is in the B alley, as they work it slowly against the 2B players in Xizt and Get Right already down. Neo's going to find the frag there. Now it's all on friberg. Pardon me, I said it was Xizt. It's actually friberg back here on quad. They've gotten through on the guys of that smoke. Xizt, as you see coming in from CT, is going to try and help out his teammate. friberg's bought himself some time. He's not down yet. That allows the rotation to come in. As you can see, Forrest and Xizt are here, and he'll trade himself out 3 on 4. 3 on 3 now. Fifflaren finds pasza, but the bomb is going to go down. VP early inventions. Snax just clipping the edge of that wall with his nade there. That forces him back into the corner. Where are we
no!
heading? A little bit of team fire. What is going on?
I don't know, but time's starting to run out, so I don't know if NiP's going to be able to commit to this. If they are, they need to go ahead and start trying to find the frags now, but Neo finds Forrest. We see Snax grab Xizt, and so now Fifflaren knows that all is lost. He needs to try to fall back, hold on to this FAMAS, live to fight another day with that in the next round, as he will start falling back over towards T-stairs. There is one player giving him chase. I believe that is going to be Taz, as Fifflaren does slip into T-stairs. I don't know if Taz will ever be able to meet up with him. Seems like Fifflaren should be fine to save that, but Virtus.Pro continues to extend that lead just a little bit more, as the score is now 12-8, and NiP is going to be either forced to save, or I've seen him do these crazy force buys, so I guess I don't really know for sure, but it seems like it's just going to be Fifflaren with the FAMAS and everyone else just full saving to try to make sure they can buy that next round. So potentially a quick 13-8 unless Fiffy makes a play with that FAMAS somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah. No, every round at this point for them counts on the terrorist side, and they might get one more on the back of this save. Mind you, like you said, Fliff holding on to that FAMAS. Smokes now top middle. Fifflaren's going to put those down, but watch out. Inside boiler room, it looks like Snax has already pushed his way in there, and there was someone on the boiler stairs. I think that was actually Fifflaren. Yeah, he's fallen back now underneath the atrium and into the safety of cover as the rifles of VP try and search through apartments to get someone.
Yeah, we'll have to see here as we do see Snax inside the apartments, but that bomb's not committed anywhere, just kind of sitting towards alt mid. It could go anywhere. Of course, we do have, I believe that's Pasha and Neo kind of working the banana here, actually throwing a smoke. Looks like a smoke that might land over towards Spools. Yeah, it's just a stack. I mean, in a situation like this, you're just trying to stack something, try to see if you can get something going. And so far, all they're really going to get a chance to do is maybe mess with Pasha a little bit, but even Pasha's not committing to it. Meanwhile, VP is definitely looking to hit A, and the only person here is going to be Fifflaren, who is the solo gun carrier, as he will be inside the pit. Can he make a crazy play? He does spot one at the lane, doesn't land the shots, and everyone knows where he is now, but he still gets the kill onto byali, but Neo trades it right back. Pasha is going to get shut down by Xizt, that banana, and so they will be able to collect that gun. That is an AK for friberg. And with this, I mean, I don't know if they'll try to do something with it or not. Maybe if friberg catches a quick pick at mid. Yeah, friberg can get this kill. Oh, he does! And they might actually consider going for this now. They may have before, maybe just try to get exits with the USPs, but now they got their early pick, and there's only 2 VP members up. This retake is not out of the question, and here it comes. Xizt trying to wrap around Moto. Taz is inside the site. He's going to be able to get one. He gets help from Snax for one as well, so now it's Forrest and Get Right up against Snax inside the pit. Snax able to get one, another 1 versus 1, but Forrest is just sticking this. He doesn't have a kit. He has to get off of it to try to get the kill. Snax is just playing the clock perfectly, and so it looks like the round will go to Virtus.Pro. But I have to say, it wasn't the easy street that they thought they were going to get. They had to travel through some packed country roads, so to speak. It was not any type of interstate or anything like that. They They made that hard on themselves is what I'm trying to say. You could write wow at my terrible comparisons.
I wasn't actually ready. I was actually writing wow at how great that round was.
I've never seen someone use it in that way.
The map?
Yeah, I mean, you use it to draw stuff, but not write messages
stuff.
to the community that you could just say out loud because we have microphones.
It's for effect. Dramatic effect.
All right. I like it.
Man,
Maybe we start a new casting metagame.
Yeah. Look at this aggression all the way up mid, but Fifflaren's right there. He pops out, manages to get one on Taz. Neo's going to trade out with him, and that will take him down to 48 HP as a result, though. So I guess if you want to look at it that way, NiP still has a slight HP advantage. Pasza is already getting aggressive at the top of Banana, firing away through the smoke. Get Right's there to answer the call, but neither of those guys will fall down. In fact, neither of them even losing a single health point. So they're in a pretty good situation right now, as they still just try and work their way in. All four of the NiP player, or pardon me, the Virtus.Pro players, interestingly enough, now inside Banana, so they are putting all their eggs in one basket. Never speak too soon, though. They always have the opportunity to fall back, and it might be a good one as they look to slowly do so. As you can see, it's only Forrest over here by himself.
Fast?
Yes, sir, I absolutely can.
Go under him? Is anybody... No, he's doing that himself?
Yeah, he jumped up off the wooden planks.
You are not supposed to do that, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little cheeky. I didn't think. I thought it was only if you continue to jump off of it.
I don't know. That's a question mark for me. I'm just gonna let it slide. I don't want to make like accusations of something that may or may not be true. But I didn't think you could jump up there by yourself. Either way, the execution is coming in by VP on B, and they are sweeping it right now. As pasza and byali get those opening frags. The bomb plant coming in. Force is all the way at B, and Xizt is just gonna go ahead and follow him there, save it. It is gonna be a 14-8 scoreline, and so. You know, maybe it'll go back to the Katowice days where VP was beating NiP on this map rather than the Copenhagen or Star Series days where NiP was getting their revenge. But only time will tell. We still have, it's still not a guarantee by any means. I mean, if NiP can hold onto these guns, they could still battle back from the CT side. There's no question about that. These two teams are certainly pretty evenly stacked from results that we've seen recently, or at least pretty close. NiP may be a bit more consistent, but they're still interchangeable at these times. It's no longer NiP guaranteed #1 anymore. You know, it's anybody can win it at any given time now, so that's what's so cool about it.
Absolutely. Xizt going to collect on pasza, but there it is. Neo's going to take down Forrest, so another gun out of the hands of NiP. They get one and they lose one, so still an uphill battle for them right now as they are going to have to save one more time, and we are already on overtime points, so Virtus.Pro might look like, it looks like they're going to take Inferno, the map that NiP, you talked about it, had chosen. And then we head to Train, which VP chose. If we need the third map, by the way, it will be Cash, which I thought was an interesting choice.
That is really going to be cool if it gets there.
Yeah, 2 European teams choosing Cash. NiP's done very well on it so far in this tournament, taking down Complexity on one particular matchup. And then I believe it was Netcode in the other one. No, I can't remember at this point.
If I had to venture a guess, I'm sure NiP probably banned Mirage, and I think VP probably banned Nuke. I guess Dust 2 got banned by somebody, not sure who that was, and Season obviously got banned. So that's how it fell this way. And Cash will be interesting if we get there. And we'll see Train for the first time this event, next map, by the way. That's kind of neat, too. So let's get back into this round, Sadicus. 2 max 7s.
Yeah, well, yeah, on the board, and they're in pretty good positions with them, but not a lot of aggression going either way, interestingly enough. Get Right was being patient. He's going to fall back a little bit, use that smoke to cross back into the site. I'm not sure. Taz might have actually seen him there as he just went off to the right. Fifflaren, meanwhile, over on the A side, getting interesting and intimate with byali as he takes him down. But now Neo's going to rotate back, so it will be a full B push. Get Right with that swag 7, going to collect one with friberg, and pasza's going to go back into him, but Fifflaren comes in from CT spawn, using that from Oz. Beautiful shots right there, managing to take down both Paz and pasza, but Neo doing massive work will find himself in a 1v1 as he lurks over from, late lurks in from Banana. And the bomb will go down, so it's all on Forrest to try and keep this away from an overtime point situation. He's going to work his way in through construction and give up the silent game. He's going to go ahead and just run through. Neo falling back, using his own smoke now to cover himself inside CT spawn. And is the adage, pros never fake, going to be true? It might be. Is he going to get it? He's got it. And it is a defuse. He fools Neo completely. And Forrest escapes with a round. He will lose his life, but what a play. Pros never fake. And he walks away with one for NiP. True ninja.
Man, Yeah, I guess True Ninja playing into his team's name there. You have to wonder about that one if Neo, when he heard the bomb tap, wanted to at least make a little bit of noise to try to force Forest off of it, other than slow walking around, or maybe just kind of keep his eye on the bomb as much as possible. But in a 1v1, it's hard to try to know what exactly you should do. I mean, it's one of those things where you never know what to expect. If you have a double banana setup, but pasza gets the opening frag. Can he get the second as well? No, Get Right able to trade it back, but byali comes right back on it as well. So it is going to be a B hit here, that's for sure. 3 VP members making it, and we still do have, that is snax, I believe, still kind of lurking around mid, but now he'll come up banana as well to beat his team, and this could be the game point round or overtime round, as you said. If VP can close out here, it is going to once again come down to what happens at the B-bomb site. The bomb is down. Fifflaren is going to get a pop flash from his teammate Force, so he can press through into the pool here, and he will grab Neo, who was blind. And so snax is going to trade back onto Forest, but now we have a 3-on-2. Fiffy going to come back. Now it's a 2-on-2. Xizt with one as well. And so now it's up to byali, hiding in the dark corner. Xizt wheeling his way around with Fifflaren. They get the frag, but I don't know if there's enough time to defuse this bomb. It's going to be close, and it will not happen. Well, I can't tell with this lag.
No, I don't think so. He picked up the kid. It was too far away. If he had got it on the way in from banana, he would have had it, but he actually didn't. Obviously wasn't thinking about that at the point. So that will conclude our overtime point, but it's still match point. They've still got to play. They're still in a reasonable position, but unfortunately they are on the save, so it's pretty much all she wrote. Now they're going to try and buy what they can. They've got 2 FAMASas out. They've got an AK that they saved. So that's about all they're going to get.
Yeah, and I mean, so this is obviously going to be a tough road here, but I mean, they have an AK, they have a FAMAS, they have some upgraded pistols with armor, so nothing is out of the question completely. As we'll see what happens here, as we do see Fifflaren and company making a little bit of noise there, as Neo is going to get taken down to start things off. As we are going to see Fifflaren catching pasza as well. So far, the broken buy, not too shabby for NiP as they get the first opening picks there. Virtus.Pro still trying to think of, wait,
this
what?
This is a smoke glitch, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say, what
are these guys
this?
doing? No, I think this is a smoke glitch.
I literally, I was just confused. I'm glad you told me something, because otherwise I would have.
What is going on?
We would have been sitting here forever wondering what was going on.
As the nades continue to come over top of the roof at B, still no immediate aggression from VP. Taz still holding onto the bomb. They will work their way in now. Get Right's in position to be the first encounter. No, friberg from Quad actually gets the frag with that from Austin. It actually left that AK in the hands of Get Right. They pick it up, and they make good work of it as he and friberg collect the final 2, and they get their 10th round. Like I said, they aren't too far away from making this a statement still, and they actually force VP back onto a save.
I mean, VP is probably shaking their heads right now. In fact, you could physically see they were shaking their heads thanks to our handy-dandy camera that's down there in the bottom right-hand corner. But that's one of those rounds where VP should have been able to close out the game right then and there. It was a broken buy. You're all fully bought, and you let NiP take one on you. And now, of course, they have to eco, so now this is a great chance for NiP to come back, make it 11-15. And all of a sudden, that secure lead that you felt that you had is no longer there anymore, and NiP's kind of whittling away at forcing an overtime, which I don't think we've seen an overtime yet this event, so it would be a first at this event if it did in fact come to that. We've had a couple of close 16-14 situations.
I thought we might have saw one in the round, the third map of VP I by Power, actually.
It was close. It almost happened, that's for sure.
Forrest on 7 HP already. He's taken some hefty damage as Fifflaren now going to go down as things get aggressive on the A site. As you can see, they're trying to push it out. Get Right's going to find one on pasza, looking for a second one on Neo, as Neo is not going to continue his push. He will now, and there it is. Get Right with the quick double. Good reaction shot onto byali, and that will close it out. They continue to try desperately to get that to that 15 mark, as we do sit on 15-11, and Virtus.Pro are in a position. No, they've actually elected to save one more time.
And they can afford to do so. I mean, they really want to be able to show they can get a nice full buy-in when the rounds really start to matter. I mean, yeah, if you give NiP this round 15-12 and you're letting them kind of crawl back into the game, but if you want to have the best chance of going ahead and putting this one away with the round number 16, you got to make sure you have the full equipment you need to have the firepower you want, have the grenades you want for whatever execution you're thinking about doing. And so this makes perfect sense, basically, that they would go ahead and take another save in this round.
Absolutely. Fifflaren trying to find something through the smoke. Nothing really there to be had as the bomb's still down at the bottom of middle right now. Looks like snax in the alley there. Converging, trying to find something. And again, it's just passive. It's wait. It's cat and mouse. They don't want to give it away. Ninjas and Pajamas can't afford to. And in fact, they are playing a little bit more passive. They've been more passive than VP was at Banana, but more passive even than in the last couple of rounds here. So you can see friberg just waiting as 3 players for VP stack up inside Banana. Byali, the furthest one up. Snax now gonna try and work in behind the car, but with only pistols, they've got to be convincing. And Get Right is there, as is friberg. Both of them just waiting for someone to fall into their clutches. No one gonna do so yet, as lurking behind is Neo, trying to find any rotator, and he does still actually have Forest and Fifflaren over on that side of the map.
Get Right using that pesky smoke glitch, staring at the ground. You can actually see under the smoke and spot feet. So that is something that needs to be fixed, by the way, Valve, if you're watching. Would appreciate that. Also, just give you an update. Hyperpower did beat Cole in map number 1 of their set. But we are going to see VP executing here in the B-bomb site. Lots of grenades going off, but Get Right will go ahead and drop first one. But oh no, never mind. I thought the bomb play was going to happen right in front of him, but Get Right reacts just in time to get a couple of frags there. Xizt comes up with a couple with a pistol, and so pasza's left alone with an AK, and the clock will expire. And so that will be a round win for NiP. It will be now 12-15, but of course, because of that save, pasza held on to an AK, and of course the double eco that they did, they've ensured themselves a full buy here to contest this, as we have a 15-12 scoreline in favor of VP.
Absolutely. Get Right still leading the way. In fact, he's caught up to pasza, who had a brilliant first half himself.
Right.
They are sitting on 27 and 26. And the rest of the team just in there pretty consistent, actually, if you look at the frag distribution. Forest the lowest on the board for anyone, but VP dead even across the board.
Yeah,
so.
it's really tight frag distribution for VP.
Yeah.
Besides pasza being pretty up there.
Absolutely. Shots fired at middle. Taz just trying to cheekily peek out from alt mid right now at the connector, not finding anyone there. The bomb still held on to by actually passed over towards snax now as they try and find their way in. Fifflaren waiting underneath the atrium. He's the only one really up there. NiP's playing really passively. I mean, they can't afford it. It's match point, so no surprise, but they're not even smoking off like they have been. Fliff's going to finally throw one out there on the mid and try and slow it down even more, but they're staggering their play quite significantly.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see what is VP thinking here. They've kind of given up on Banana just a bit. They're kind of focusing more on the mid and the apartments control for now, but there's still a decent amount of time left. We got 47 seconds ticking away here. It looks like we do see the last player that was towards Banana. That is pasza coming back to mid to meet up. We're seeing some set smokes being thrown over at the arch side of mid. I'm assuming that is to block off library as well as the arch itself. But Get Right's going to counter with an incendiary grenade and play past these smokes and just say, hey, I'm here. And he's going to use a pop flash. And another incendiary comes in from his teammate. They are just perfectly countering what VP was trying to do with these grenades, as we are going to see VP still try to go for this anyway. Snax going to be coming out the balcony. There is going to be 2 CTs inside the pit, and Forest will draw first blood onto Snax, but we do see Neo trying to press around on Get Right, who is at Moto, but Get Right gets one frag. Get Right gets a second, and NiP keeps themselves alive with that. It is now 13-15, and this is getting quite close, quite tense.
That's one of those odd rounds where even though all 5 players for NiP stayed up, it was actually quite tense. Every encounter came down to a one-on-one peak almost, other than the Get Right double.
Right.
And either of them could have gone either way. It came down to shots. NiP won the shots. They all stay alive, and they get the 4th straight round, bringing themselves within 2 of trying to force overtime, and it is entirely possible, as once again VP will be forced to use only pistols in their attempt for
that would be the perfect progression, because last time it was a 16-14 win for NiP. So if Virtus.Pro wins 16-14 or it goes to overtime, it's like the next step in the progression of Inferno between these 2 teams, I guess. As VP is going to be ecoed here, so NiP almost guaranteed a 14th round, it seems, unless we see some crazy shenanigans with the CZs, which, of course, can happen.
Absolutely. Good thing that Snax jumped back down at a boiler, because Forrest is waiting in bedroom just for an easy opportunity to fire away there. You can see Fifflaren now is going to get aggressive and come up and join his teammate inside boiler on the stairwell, but no one really doing anything now for VP. They're sitting. I don't know. I'm of the opinion that pistol rounds aggression is never a bad idea, but they want to secure this. They know if they lose this, they are going to be facing that overtime situation. And finally, they will get up through middle. Snax will lead the way. He's through the smoke. He's going to go in on Xizt, who gets a nice double kill. And that's going to make things easy for him to work out. Byali's got the right side smoked off, and he's going to peek on Xizt as well. There's the hat trick. As byali goes down, pasza over at B with Neo. They do still have bomb, but they haven't sold the fake. There was no need for a rotation. Get Right's there. He goes down. That will allow them to try and get in and get the plant, but friberg still in the back of the closet right now. Gets one on Neo, and it all comes down to pasza. Can he do it here with the CZ75? No way. NiP 14 now. It's a 1-round game, and they will be facing guns this time. But man, oh man, NiP, the comeback was real.
It is, and now we're treated with this situation. The most lovely of them all, either in overtime or the closest win possible. If VP can go ahead and put this one away. They do have an on snax, actually. AKs for everyone else. HE, full grenade sets, head armor across the board. And NiP still with that 5 rifle setup. Sometimes Forrest likes to use the op over on the A-bomb site recently on this map, but electing to go ahead and just do a 4 rifle up, which is what I guess we see a little bit more often. Snax gonna try to boost up on these pot. Let's go back over there to look over that smoke at Banana, and just maybe if Get Right gets a little bit over eager, he might get spotted. But it looks like they're not going to see anything, so Snax is going to go ahead and give up on that and go ahead and start working their way up mid just a bit here. Forrest has actually pressed all the way up in bedroom and apartment, so if VP decides to go that route, they may run into that, but it seems like they are content on actually smoking up mid and running back to B, so it is going to be Get Right and friberg who will be tested, but they will counter with their own smoke, and so now VP has to rethink yet again about what they're going to look to do. All is quiet for now, but once these smokes begin to dissipate, we should see some commitment here from Virtus.Pro one way or another.
The smokes and Molotovs have been spot on by both teams all game long, but NiP is definitely winning the patience battle, using them later in the round and forcing VP's hand. I mean, there's only 39 seconds on the clock. They haven't committed, but they will get right. Nice shot by Pasha as he works into the site, leaving only friberg remaining. But again, another smoke comes out, and they can't go through that. However, Xizt isn't that close. He's back at CT spawn. Yeah. They still have an opportunity, so not a full rotate yet from NiP. As you can see, Fifflaren and Forrest still hanging out at the A-bomb site.
And there's a fire down
look
now.
At that. All the nades come over all at once. Neo gets friberg. Site is wide open.
Yeah, here it is. VP trying to spill in. They do take some damage from the fire. It is a 5-on-3, though, so they should win this, but they need to hurry up. They do get the bomb down with 8 seconds left on the clock. Xizt trying to come around through garden, but he is smoked off for now. And VP, they have to go for this if they want to try to press it to overtime, as Forrest is still going to be here at CT spawn. There's 2 at Banana, and that is where Fifflaren's coming from. He gets caught immediately by snax, so now it's just Forrest and Xizt. 2-on-5. Xizt trying to work his way around right now, trying to spot anything, but no one is showing themselves. Forrest trying to come from CT. He does get a nade frag there onto Pasha. Forrest, another one on the Taz, but Xizt goes down now off the Forrest. Forrest gets another one at Banana, but the man can't do it by himself.
Already
tried.
No vomit. Yep, they tried very, very hard. He couldn't close out on that, unfortunately, and that gives the first map 6